Hi, this is Steve Young with another little segment on news stories about companies. This segment I want to talk about failures of culture inside a company which lead to scandals, put it that way. And they put things to risk. The first was a news story. Some of you may remember the other year, Volkswagen advertised it had a clean diesel engine. It used a diesel engine, it was not contributing to global warming. And it turned out that that was basically wrong. It was fraudulent. And the culture of the company, which was driven by the CEO at the top, was one of damn the torpedoes, as an American admiral once said, full steam ahead. We're just going to do it because we want to be the largest company in the world. And then the culture was to drive revenue for Volkswagen, particularly with clean diesel cars in the United States. So Martin Winkelmann, the CEO at the time, is now going to go on trial in Germany for fraud because they lied. They did not tell the truth about their diesel engines. And that raises the question for moral capitalism about what do you do inside a company to make sure that the culture is one that is appropriate and responsible and does not, for example, commit fraud. Another cultural-related story is with Boeing. Some of you may also remember or recall right now Boeing has a smaller jet, the 737 MAX 8, and there were two crashes and two planes went down because of Boeing software, poorly designed, not communicated well to pilots and put into the training, and I don't know, over 300 people, innocent people, were killed in these crashes. Well, now it turns out in another Boeing aircraft, the 787, their Dreamliner, their very advanced, sophisticated, larger jetliner with special kinds of plastics and things like this, they had one little piece, which was in a factory in South Carolina in the United States, which were some shims, which some of you who sort of do it yourself may know. You take a shim, this old piece of wood that you drive underneath to sort of fill a gap, fill a space. Well, they made these little shims to fill spaces between sections of the fuselage where they came together. There were little spaces, so you put shims in. The shims were not quality inspected. We don't know about their safety and their reliability. What kind of a culture exists in a company that makes airplanes which doesn't have thorough safety checks on every little piece? A review was taken, and it turned out that a number of these 787s, which have been flying, are subject to this. Boeing investigated and ordered 8 of these planes being flown by other aircraft to be grounded immediately because they were dangerous. There are other issues and other reports have come up that the Boeing culture over the years shifted from an engineering culture of emphasis on quality and safety to a financial culture which focused on short-term profits and stock prices. The symbolism of the shift in culture was when the headquarters of Boeing moved from Seattle, an environment dominated by engineers, to Chicago, to an environment dominated by concern for Wall Street.